Hello everyone and welcome back to this massive open online course on Linux applications in engineering education. I am Dr. Amit Dogar and in this lecture we will begin using the most powerful tool in Linux, that is the command line shell. The shell is a gateway to the Linux system. It allows us to communicate directly with the operating system using text commands. It is faster, more flexible and far more powerful than any other graphical user interface. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to navigate the Linux file system using shell commands, perform file and directory operations like creating, copying, moving and deleting, and use help commands to explore further. Let's begin by understanding what a shell actually is. So we will understand the Linux shell. So shell is a command line interpreter that takes input from the user and tells the kernel what to do. Think of it like a translator between human readable commands and the machine operations. There are many types of shells are available like sh, csh, ksh, tcsh, zsh and fish, and the default which is available in most of the distributions including Ubuntu is bash, that is born again shell. So in this course we will use the bash shell, the most common and beginner friendly shell. You can open the terminal window by pressing the shortcut key Ctrl, Alt and T simultaneously. Once opened, you will see a prompt like this: user, add the name, your machine name and the dollar symbol. The prompt shows your username, system name and current directory. So let's start with navigation, learning how to move around the Linux directory structures. So in Linux, everything starts from the root directory, that is /. Your user files live in directory home and within that your personal folder. Let's explore the most important navigation command, that is pwd, that is print working directory. What it will do, it will display the current working directory path and give the output something like /home and your username. And to list directory contents or to list the file and folders in the current directory, we have the command ls. And to see more detail like what is the size of the file, what are the permissions, we can use a switch ls-l. And to include or to show the hidden file, we can use the ls-a. To change the directory, the command is cd. You can use it to move between directories, like for example cd directory name like documents. Then you can use a relative path like cd 2 dots. So 2 dots move one level up. You can move cd /, so it moves to the root directory. And there is also shortcut in Linux to go to your home directory, tilde sign is available. So you can try cd tilde sign, and when you are pressing the tab, automatically it will auto complete the commands or file names. You can also use the up arrow key to view previous commands. These few commands form the foundation of Linux navigation. Once you are comfortable with them, you will move through the file system effortlessly. Now how to do the file and directory creation? So let's learn how to create and manage files and folders. To make the directory, we have the command mkdir. So for example, we want to create a new directory, we will run make directory projects. Also we can use make directory -p option with parent directory like lab/week1. So the p option creates parent directories automatically. To remove the directory, we have the command rmdir remove directory. So let's say we have one folder by the name old folder and we want to remove it. So we will run the command remove directory and the folder name like rmdir space old_folder. Now you want to create some empty file or you want to update the timestamp, the command is touch. So for example, we want to create two files by the name notes.txt and report.docx. So simple, we will run these two commands, touch notes.txt and touch report.docx. To view the content of a file, we can run the command cat. So this command will display the file content on the screen. So for example, we will run this command now to see the content of the file notes.txt. So we will run the command cat notes.txt. Even you can display multiple files. So for that, simple, you can write cat file name 1, file name 2. So in this example, we can see we have two files by the name file1.txt, another file is file2.txt. So here we can run the command cat file1.txt space file2.txt. Also, if the content is more and you want to scroll through the files, so you have two options, more and less. So for larger file, you can run more file name. It will go in the forward direction only. If you want to go in backward direction also and forward direction, we have the command less file name.txt. When I am running more file name.txt, I can run only in the forward direction. And when I am running the other command less file name.txt, I can move in both directions, forward direction also and backward direction also. And to quit the viewer, we can press the Q button or Q from the keyboard. So these commands are essential when we are handling configuration files, log files in real world Linux systems. Now we will see more file and directory operations. Once we have files, we need to copy, move, rename or delete them. So let us explore frequently used commands. So to copy the files or directory, we have the command cp. So now I want to copy the content of file 1 to file 2. So now I want to copy files or directories. So I want to copy the content of file 1 to file 2. So simple, I will run here cp file1.txt space file2.txt. So file1.txt is my source file and file2.txt is my destination file. Similarly, I want to copy the folder. So I can make the option -r. So -r copies directory recursively. So here I am giving the command cp space -r space folder 1 space folder 2, whereas folder 1 is my source folder and folder 2 is my destination folder. Similarly, now I want to rename or move, so I can run the command mv. So now I want to move the file from my current directory to home students / documents directory. So I will run mv command file1.txt and the destination directory, that is /home, my username, that is student or Linux / documents. Now file has been moved from current directory to this directory. And in case we want to rename, so we can simply say move source file name and the destination name. So in this example, you can see we are running the command move old name.txt and the new name.txt. And to remove the files, we have the command rm. So I want to remove the file name file1.txt. I am running the command rm space file1.txt, and all the commands are case sensitive. So that means lowercase file name is different from the uppercase. And to remove the folder, we have the command rm-r folder name. So here there is a caution, you should use the rm-r very carefully. Why? Because it permanently deletes the directories. So you have to be very careful when you are removing the files. Similarly, now we can see the example of copy and move. So I want to copy the folder from one directory to another. So I will say copy space har and the source directory folder name. So in this example we have a folder example like /home username, whatever the username, /project I want to copy in the same folder by the name project backup. So space destination name. So I will specify the folder name /home whatever the username /project backup. So what it will do? It will copy the content of the folder from the specified directory to the destination directory. And to see the hierarchy we can run the command tree. So tree command will visualize the directory structure, and in case if this command does not work, so we need to connect with the internet, and from the online repository we need to install this command. So how to install any command in Linux? So on the command prompt we need to write sudo to get the rights of the super user /apt, that is a package manager, /install and the directory or command or the software that we want to install. So in this example you can see we are running sudo apt install tree, and then we can run the command tree. So these commands help you to manage files directly from the terminal, and it is very critical skill for any Linux user. Now next we will see how to view the content, how to search the content, and how to take the help from the manual pages. So oftenly you will need to locate files or search inside them. So Linux provide powerful tools for this. One of the command is find. You can search for files. Suppose you want to find the files which are text files. So you will give the find, and where you want to search you will specify that directory. So in this example we are specifying /home/student, and we are giving the name star.txt. So it will search for all the files ending with .txt. Next you want to search some content inside the file. So for example I want to find the pattern error in the log file. So I can specify grep space the pattern error and space the log file.txt. In case if this error is not available, so no result will come, and if the error is there you will see the output. Similarly we want to see the Ubuntu keyword in nodes. Now as I told you Linux everything is a case sensitive. Now I want to ignore, because there may be certain words by the name Ubuntu which may be in uppercase or combination of upper and lower case. So I can ignore by using the option -i. So here I can use grep -i ubuntu nodes.txt. And to see or to learn about any command we have the manual pages are also available. I want to see more on the copy, remove, move or ls. So simple we can say man space that command name. So in this example we are running man ls and man space cp, and when you want to exit the manual press the q keyword. So this from the we have now come to know about the various commands. Now when you run multiple commands, so after few days you want to see the history, what all commands you have run. So there is a command like history. So when you run the history it will show all the commands which were run previously, and by default it stores up to 1000 commands. And if you want to repeat a particular command you can use the hyphen and the number. So these tools makes Linux a self-learning environment. The documentation is built right into the system. So let's practice a simple exercise to reinforce what we have learned. We will explore the most important navigation commands. To display the current working directory, we have the command pwd, print working directory. So now when I run I can see my output is /home and my username, that is student. Now I want to list the directory contents. to list the directory contents, to list the file and folder in the current directory, the command is ls. So here we can see there are certain folders are there, and to see the detail like permission, the size, we have the command ls minus l. So when we run this, we can see the permissions. These are the permissions, and these are the size of the file or folder. Now there are certain hidden files. To see the hidden files, we have the command ls minus a. Hidden files are represented by dot. They are started with dot symbol. So here you can see now we are able to see more. So here you can see the earlier we were not able to see because these are the hidden files, and hidden files are written started with dot symbol. So if we put the command ls minus al, we can see now it is showing more hidden files also it is showing. To change the directory, we have the command cd. So it is used to move between directories. So suppose I want to move to documents. So now I move to documents. How we can verify? Again with the pwd command. Now we are inside the document. Now I want to go to the parent directory. So cd. So 2 symbol represent the parent directory. So again we can verify now we are under the parent directory, and if we want to go to the any other directory like here, so we can switch to cd slash. So we can see here. So we can verify again now where we are under this directory. Now I want to come back to my home directory. So I can give the relative path or absolute path. Either I can give home slash my username, or instead of this I can give the relative path, that is the tilde sign. It is available above the tab key, tilde sign. So this represents the home directory. Using this we can go directly to the home directory. So we can verify it again. Now I am in the home directory. So in this way we can move to the root directory, we can move one level up, we can move to home directory. Now we will see about the some more command, file and directory creation. So how to create the directory? So we have the command mkdir. So here I am making make directory projects. So now we can verify here. So here you can see now this directory has been created, projects. Now I want to create one folder and subfolder. So then there we can use a command make directory -p, then lab week 1. This option -p will create parent directory automatically. So you can see earlier lab was not existing. So -p option create parent directory automatically. So we can verify also. So you can see here now lab is available, and if we click here ls lab, so inside lab this folder is available. So what is the command to create the directory? Make directory. Now I want to remove directory. Let's say I am creating some directory, old folder, and how I have created? I have created using the command mkdir old folder. Now I want to remove this directory, so I can run the command remove directory, and then I can enter. So it has been removed. So now we have to be very careful. This command will remove only the empty directories. This command will remove only the empty directories. Suppose if I create make directory old folder, and if I go inside this old folder and then if I create some files with the touch command, file 1, file 2, file 3, and if I come out of this folder by using the cd dot dot, then if I try to remove this folder by the command remove directory old folder, it will not be able to remove because directory is not empty, some content is there. So in that case, how to remove? So we have to use the rm command, minus recursively old folder. So these are the two commands to remove the folder, rmdir to remove the empty folders, and if some folder is with some content, we have to use rm minus r old folder. Now how to create some files? So we can create some empty files like touch notes.txt, touch report.docx. So we can create in this way. Now to view the content, display file content on the screen. So let's say I am using gedit, just like notepad, notes.txt. So now when I am opening this, I am writing here, we all are learning Linux, and I am pasting it here. So let's say I have created this file for demonstration purpose. So now I am saving here by clicking over here, save and closing. Now how to view the file content? To view the file content, we have the command cat, and the just after that you can press the tab also, automatically this will come, cat notes.txt. To see the content or to we can see now, we can see in this way. And to display multiple files, so let's say I have another file. So let's say here I am creating another file by using the command gedit. Let's say notes2.txt, and here we are learning Linux, and I am just writing 2 or 3 lines in this and deleting the other lines. We are learning Linux through MOOCs platform. So just I am repeating these 3 lines. And I am saving this content. Or let's say I want to create another file, save as. So I am giving notes2.txt. So now here I have 2 files. If I say here ls, so one is the notes.txt, another is notes2.txt. So if I want to see the content of multiple files, that is also possible. So here we can specify other line, and now we can see the content of first file and the second file. So in this way we can use the, and if we have the larger files, so let's say I am creating this to be larger file, gedit notes.txt. I am creating large file with multiple files, around 70 to 80 lines. So if we try to see the content of this file using the cat command notes.txt, so you can see there are so many lines which we are not able to see at a time. So for that we have the option page by page, we can use the more and the file name. Now what it will show? It will show one page at a time. So now second page, now third page, and the next one. So it will go in the forward direction. So another option is that if you want to go in forward, and we have the less and the file name notes.txt. So you can go in forward direction, and with the arrow key you can go in backward direction also. So these commands are essential when handling configuration or log files. Now we will see about the file and directory operations. So you want to copy the file or directories, the command is cp. So like here we have the text notes.txt. I want to copy, let's say, in file 1.txt, and again I want to copy this, let's say, file 1.txt to file 2.txt. So we can verify here. So now you can see file 1 is existing, file 2 is existing. And in case if there is some folder, so here let's say we have created one folder by the name projects. So the command is copy with recursive option. So let's say I want to copy this folder. So with folder we have to use the -r option. So -r option copies directories recursively. Projects, and we can say here projects, we want to take some backup, so we can copy in this way. Now I want to rename. So for example, I want to, before renaming, I want to send this file to my documents folder. So how can I send? I can use the command move file1.txt, and then I can press my home, student, and documents. So what I am doing? I am moving the file from this location to my documents location. So now we can go there and we can verify using the cd command. Using the cd command, and there we can see now this file is existing. Now we want to rename, so that is also possible. Now I want to rename file.txt to, let's say, old name.txt. So again we can verify. Now we are able to rename. So suppose now by mistake we have given the old name.txt, we want to give the new name.txt. So nothing to worry, we will give old name.txt to new name.txt, and then we can verify using the ls command. So here you can see, so mv command, using mv command we can move the file also, we can rename the file also. So now new name is there, and now we want to remove this. So simple, we can say remove new name.txt. So then we can see there is no file by the name rename. So let's say here I am creating one folder. So to show you the demo, make directory, some folder name, I am giving some make directory folder name. Then we can remove the folder name by switch rm -r, like just like we have done the cp -r. Similarly here rm -r and the folder name. So it will remove the folder name. So we have to be very careful. It permanently deletes the directories. So now we have learned how to copy, how to move, and if we want to copy certain folder, so we can use the cp -r. So here if I go to my home directory, as we have seen, so there is a one folder by the name projects. I want to copy to these documents, so I can write here cp -r, my absolute path, home, student, project, and then I want to copy in my by the name under home, student, under documents, and I want to give the name as projects backup. backup. So now it has been copied to this folder. So this is my source folder and this is my destination folder. So we can verify also. So under home, students, using the ls command, we can see now this folder is available. Now there is also a very interesting command is a tree. So we can say tree. When we run the tree, and now it is showing tree command not found. So also it is giving the option here. So either we can use sudo snap install tree or sudo apt install tree. So now as we are connected with the internet, we can run this command install tree. So now it has installed the tree. So now you can run the command tree. So you can see in the current directory, you can see it is available in the tree format. Now in part 5 of week 1 lecture 4, we will see how to view search and manual pages. So now we want to find the files. So let's say here I have created some file. Say, let's say touch file1.py python files .py, then file2.txt, file3.c, file4.txt, file5.txt, and one more file, let's say file6. What I have done, I have created 6 files. Now I want to find for file which are with .txt or with .py. So with txt, we will write here the folder where we want to search, and we will give the name minus name, and then we will specify all the files ending with txt. So using this command, we can find all the text file. So here in this directory, under student directory, all the files which are ending with txt we can find in this way. So next very important command is search inside file. Search inside file, we are going to use a grep. So for example, I am creating here log file. I am creating here log file, and I am writing some content. Today we are learning various Linux commands, and here this is the content here, and I am writing here error. Just I am typing here error. Let's say this is some kind of log file and I have saved it. So now how to find this pattern? So we'll say here grep error, and we will specify here log file.txt. So it will search the pattern inside the files. So now you can see we got the 2 output. If I write here grep the word Ubuntu, so we get no output because that content was not in this file. So now let me again enter this log file .txt, and here I am entering our operating system name Ubuntu in lowercase, in uppercase, then again combination of upper and lowercase Ubuntu, then again I am writing the small case Ubuntu. So how many times we have written the Ubuntu? 4 times. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I am saving the file, and again I am searching. So we can repeat the command using the arrow keys. So we need not to type again. Using the arrow key we can go to the back to this command. So we are now writing grep ubuntu log. So how many times it is coming? 2 times, but actually there were 4 times. So what we can do? We can ignore the case sensitivity. We can substitute this -I, ignore the case sensitivity. So now we can get the one. This is the difference between without I or with I, because Linux is a case sensitive. So when you are writing log grep, it will search as it is, and when you write ignore the case, you will get the all the patterns. So in many applications this is useful. Now next is how to see the manual pages. So we have the command to see the any help file or manual page. We can write man ls. We can see the entire options and all about that command. Now to come out, we can press the Q button. It is also written here. You can press the Q button. So I am writing here. Now I want to see more on copy command man cp. So what cp do? It copy file and directories, and all the options are there. So this is applicable for all the commands. Now we have revised so many commands. So we want to see what all the commands we have done. So we can run the command history. To repeat the command, we can use the exclamation sign number also. So now history. Now I want to see at 70 exclamation sign, or to repeat the command. So directly we can run it, because we at 70 the command was tree. What was the command at number 70? It was tree. Now I want to run this command, which is at number 79. So I will put exclamation and the number of this command 79. I need not to type the command. So we can see the output of this command. So I hope now it is clear to all of you. This is all for week 1 lecture 4. That's all. You can practice with make directory, create files, list and view contents, copy and move files, delete and verify. Thank you.